Hey guys, so we are here with another one of these. I know a lot has gone on this week, not as much as usual. I know that personally for our channel, we've had some growth after releasing a video talking about more in depth about what we talked about in the last podcast with the whole Ryan Haywood, Adam Kovic, this situation. We're not going to talk about that too much in this one because there's a specific video if you want to check it out, link below, whatever, specifically about that video. But we did have some growth from it. So if you're one of the newer people watching us, hi, I'm Dennis. Andrew is the long-haired guy, and then the dude with the mask is Jason. We're doing our weekly podcast, and guess what? We don't have direction. Usually Kevin's here, but
the best I can.
Kevin's playing something else. I think he's playing Phasmo, which we've been playing nonstop. Actually, this week will be the first week that we have every single day, except for Sunday, because that's the holy day. A video will be coming out for that game. I already have 7 of them that I edited this morning, day of filming this. But, hi. Andrew got his Oculus Quest today, the Quest 2. And he's hopefully able to start playing some games on that. Don't know what's going to go on with that. Jason's just being Jason. And I'm tired.
Ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga 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 chaka.
So it's been stuck in my mind, Andrew, because you said you shared your screen the other day and you had something pop up that you were gonna save to show Jason and I. What was it? You said you had a surprise.
What was it?
Yeah, I didn't see it. You just said you had a surprise and said you couldn't talk about it to the podcast.
I never said that.
You did say that.
I wasn't there for this.
I don't remember saying anything.
You said it, and I was like, "What?"
When was this?
It was either a day or two.
God! Oh God!
It was either
Look,
a day or two ago.
I've had a lot going on the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, but you legit said something about it and was like, I can't show you guys that until the podcast or after the podcast or something. It was like a surprise. I don't know. It's been on my mind for the last few days, so obviously you said it.
Mistakes were made. Don't burp in masks, children.
Oh, now you're looking through your browsing history? I see how it is.
I don't know what I said.
Well, anyways, while Andrew's looking for that, I think I don't know, maybe no. I don't know. We played the COD beta. I know that's one thing. Kind of want to get the gaming stuff out of the way first, the more organized side out. We played the new COD beta.
Where was I?
Yeah, at
Not
work.
there.
You know, you guys could tell me that things are coming up and we can do them before I go to work or when I get off of work, right?
It
You know,
was
there's
a
some
weekend
times during the day that I'm not working.
Well, it was the weekend.
But
It was only one day, pretty much, like the day that you'd be available.
That we were all available.
Yeah, but we also weren't. I wasn't playing it until a certain time, which is it was like 4 o'clock, right? Yesterday.
I mean, if you want to download and play it, they're giving you an extra free day
just
till
uninstalled
tomorrow.
it, dude.
I'm talking to Jason now.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
fun.
If you want to play it,
It definitely
it's up
feels
till
like
tomorrow.
it feels like Modern Warfare, but like the new one, but like corrected. Because it's made by
What?
Treyarch, so
It's definitely-
What is it? What's it called this time?
It's
Black Ops Cold War?
Cold War.
I thought they were done with Black Ops.
Nope. That's
that's
their baby.
Treyarch's. That's Treyarch's thing.
They won't get rid of that until like they physically end Call of Duty pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be.
They'll
pretty
find
cool.
ways.
It looks good. The multiplayer was awesome.
I can't wait for zombies.
I'm definitely like we were streaming it. We streamed that for about 3 hours yesterday. Yesterday was the longest stream we've done for a while, at least. We streamed that for like 3 hours yesterday, and then we streamed Phasmo for like 4.5. when Kevin,
Phasmophobia.
yeah, Kevin got on and we streamed that. So we had a lot of fun yesterday. Like a lot of
And
glitches.
since we're not recording, we can explain what happened. Like we didn't record the session, so
Well, I can turn them into videos for my channel. Same with you. If you download the live stream, which is what I'm planning on doing for myself at least.
I guess we can explain the one big glitch that happened to us.
Oh yeah, so do you want to explain it?
I don't know how.
Is this the third
you just know
ceiling,
explaining
quote,
it.
unquote?
No, there's explaining it. It's dumb. What was that?
Is this the quote unquote third ceiling?
No.
No,
This is worse.
this is breaking the game pretty much. I mean, I had
We-
three lives almost. So
To sum it up, we died twice. Well, Dennis died twice.
So
Kevin died once.
basically,
I was living and dead.
the more in-depth version is Andrew died in one of the farmhouses because Kevin found you found the Ouija board. You said, "Screw this, I'll bring it." I think that was the first time you're like, "I'll use the Ouija board," and you brought it into the kitchen.
I just give
And
up now.
he died like a few minutes later. And these are professional jobs too, because I unlocked those, which means it's so much harder. The ghost is already active. Like sometimes it takes longer for the ghost to do anything, but that means like it's ramping up to killing everyone. Like I've died more now than I ever have, which I really hope Kevin plays with us tonight because he's our daddy. He has all the money. Actually, he doesn't have money. He just glitched. But
I'm really
What?
hoping
His
maybe,
account's-
maybe I can like. I don't have a long enough cable to stand up with, so maybe I can like move around in the chair.
his
Don't know.
Kevin's
for the
account's
audio.
glitched.
Yeah.
So all the items he has every single item in the game, and he never loses them. That's why he always fills up the ad inventory list.
He's
But-
rich.
Basically, Andrew died, and Kevin and I were standing there watching him die, and his body fell to the floor, but he was still standing there.
The bodies hit the
And
So he like dropped a ghost of himself on the floor.
basically, I mean, like
He-
it was like shedding
he
skin.
reproduced through mitosis, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he basically shed skin like a lizard, and then he's like he could still talk to us and stuff. It was really weird. He started talking to us, and he was walking around. He just couldn't like interact with anything. He couldn't open doors or anything like that. So then I die, and the same thing happens to me. And so Kevin starts closing doors and locking us in rooms and stuff like that. It was weird. But then Andrew and I are trapped in the house, and the ghost starts going on a hunt.
He closed the main door. We were still being hunted, but we were already dead.
Yeah, we weren't being hunted. It's just like we had
No,
to
we
go
were.
seek her out. He was being hunted, not us. It wasn't looking for us because we would have died from. I died from
But-
walking into it
But
without seeing it.
You died.
Yeah, but I died
It
from not
hunted you.
seeing it. I walked into it, but I died officially, like again. And Andrew, you said you could still see me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he still could see me even though I died for real this time. Kevin couldn't see me or hear me, and neither could you. But it was like
I was like the one in between, so I could see.
So
the
what
living
you're
man.
saying is that you guys became the paranormal activity.
yeah. Well, the next
You became the haunting.
Well, the next big update, you're supposed to be able to like turn lights off, move objects and stuff like that, and mess with the people now. And also, they're adding some new maps, and one of the bigger updates they're working on.
I kind of expected they were going to go further into depth with the walk around after you die,
Yeah,
because just like the way they made it, where you're walking around in this like semi fog, half existing version of the place that you were just in, and you can kind of hear everybody else, but nobody could hear you. Like if you were just going to give somebody a spectator's view because they're dead and you want to give them something to do, you just give them a spectator's view. You just turn them into a camera ball and let them float around. But no, they went through all the trouble of making this whole separate interface, and I had a feeling, and I was hopeful for what was to come.
yeah, they're making it legit. I would like to be able to like still play. Like if there's a Ouija board, you could talk through the Ouija board to your friends. I think that'd be cool.
No. No.
That would be
No.
cool.
No.
But
No. No.
that's going to lead to so many more hijinks.
No.
Or you could talk through the spirit box, which would be cool too.
No, that would be perfect too, because then you can just, with the same talking as you would normally have, you would be talking through the spirit box, and you would be able to see what's actually going on. So you would end up being able to work as this work between and for the team. So your sacrifice becomes not in vain, and you can now help the team finish the job, even though you're bound forever to this terrible place.
But I also noticed today, because I was editing pretty much our second sit through, Andrew, that you and I did, where the witness it happened at the last game we played. So, like our favorite video from the second session, which will be like next week when that comes out, because that's literally the last one. I noticed like the progression of us slowly learning how to play the game, but we're still idiots because like there's like a couple times where I got mad watching your footage sometimes because like you made me guess a ghost without putting in one of the informations that we got, which was the spirit box. Like we heard him talk to the spirit
you
box.
didn't know how to use the journal. That's right.
But you no, I know how to use it. You put the spirit box in, but you didn't put spirit box in. You put fingerprints twice on your evidence list.
Did I?
And then chose Banshee when it was a demon, and what the demon is it's the spirit box, which the spirit box was the first thing we got after freezing temperatures. And I was like, oh, I'm like, really? I'm like,
Nope.
You put freezing,
Didn't happen.
you put fingerprints twice.
Nope.
But yeah, there was like, and also like we didn't know how to use anything yet. So like the EMF reader, there was a time where you're walking into the bathroom and stuff like that, and you're like, I'm not getting any readings, and like it was just turned off. And I was
did
like, I was like watching the footage. I'm like, what the heck is happening?
I think the last one you and I did was the first time I used the EMF reader. I'm like, I'm not getting, like, I'm walking around for like a solid 8 minutes going, I'm not getting anything on the EMF reader. And then I click a button and go, wait a minute, I'm getting something. Oh no, I turned it on.
I'm just ready to get into the ones that we actually know what we're doing. Like if we were to film one now with us being like, or you're still in, what level are you now, Andrew?
Me? Oh.
I'm like 18 or 19. I don't
Okay.
think I'm 20 yet.
Like you're in your 20s. I know
I
Kevin
have
might be the same.
barely-
Probably like
I have-
21 and 22.
I have barely been leveling up and gaining no money because every time we finish, like, you guys have got all these cool glitches. You're dying but not dying. He's got all the gear. I just get booted out and make absolutely no profit off of anything we do.
They took out the insert button, so I'm wondering if they probably updated that glitch too. They fixed a lot of glitches recently too. Like there was one where on the high school, the front door locks when she goes to hunt or he goes to hunt, and you just keep hearing the door locking and you can't leave the map. Whatever. It's a yeah. But you can't leave the map.
We've seen a
Paranormal
mic.
entity.
We, Dennis, you walked away from your computer at some point last night, but me and Kevin were talking. We had a ghost named Michael Moore, I think, but it was a female. So we're like, why would they name their daughter like Michael? So
Could be
we're
Michelle
trying to find
or
names.
Michael.
Yeah, like I was thinking of like Mikhail.
Jeez.
We all know that movie.
It's a fun game
This
though.
isn't where I park my car.
And if you haven't played it yet, definitely download or definitely would recommend. It's a cheap indie game, but it's got a
$14.
lot. It's got a lot integrated into the coding that makes it really good. And now that we know how to play it, it's a lot better too.
I still got to play Among Us with you guys.
We still got to play Among Us.
I uninstalled it.
Played it once. I played it with I think I played it with Kevin and Manny.
Yeah, it's actually dying down.
It's not as fun as I thought it was.
It lost a lot of its
A
hype.
body has been discovered.
But
How old is that audio compared to all the hype that came later for that game?
I don't know if that song from the game?
Yeah. It's about the game. It's not from the game. It's from I forget what they're called. The people that do the Undertale raps and stuff like that. They're a YouTube channel, and they did all that as reference too. They made music about cult classic games.
I had no idea.
I assume that's what that song is about. I've never actually looked into it,
I've only
but
that's the only part I know because like a body's been discovered could just mean a cop found a body too. The reason I was like, is that from this?
or the bodies hit the floor, or it's
Yeah.
raining men, or
Don't spit your water out, Andrew.
when you really think about it, even though they're in two very, very different genres, it's Raining Men and Let the Bodies Hit the Floor are pretty much the same song.
Yeah.
You couldn't use your hand to scratch your chin
No, I got two things in my hands:
instead of pen and paper.
pen and the tip of the pen.
That's half right.
Ow.
Pen and other part of the pen.
Yeah.
He's got
Pen
a
and
pen. He's got another part of the pen.
Does that make you Kingpin?
Mm-hmm. So
Are
speaking
you
of
calling him
Kingpin-
fat? Because he's worked really hard on his weight loss.
Speaking
and that
of
would be
King-
very rude.
Speaking
Kingpin.
of Kingpin, Spider Cat.
Oh yeah, that was announced.
I showed
That's-
Ivan
that-
that. I was like, this
It's
cat
already
literally
game of the
kicks
year,
butt.
dude. It's already game of the year.
It's gonna be game of the year
Didn't even come
nonetheless.
out.
What am I missing?
It's Spider-Man Miles Morales, the new one coming out. It has a cat that you help save from like a robbery, like a burglar or something.
Are we getting
And-
super pets? Do we get
It-
to have
it-
super pets?
I don't know if
So
he has
it-
powers.
No, he doesn't. He when you finish enemies like the original did, the cat actually has its own finisher. So it'll like come out of the backpack that it's in, and it'll claw enemies.
It's an outfit you unlock. You're wearing basically a sweater and the Miles Morales mask and a backpack, and he just comes out of the backpack and attacks with you. He's got a little
And the
mask
cat-
on though.
Yeah, the cat has a Spider-Man mask.
It's so stupid.
I thought
I
we were
saw that.
actually. I thought we were actually getting super pets
No, we're not
because,
getting
like,
Crypto the Superdog.
I want to see like crypto and
We're not getting Crypto.
just Superman's super pets alone were freaking ridiculous.
Did he have, like, a
He had
hamster?
like. Yeah, he had like the super pets were every animal you could conceive of. Like there were horses or there was the horse and the cow and the dog and the cat and the. I feel like I just made a children's. I feel like I just started a children's nursery rhyme, and I don't know how to finish it. But
Farm animals.
the cow goes Shazoo. It's European. Look it up.
European. I want to go see European cows now.
You want to see cows pee?
Or
I
or
said
you want to see
European.
me pee on cows? Because either way, we're very concerned.
European cows.
I'll pee on a cow.
Go pee on
Hey.
Simon Cowell, see how he feels.
What?
We're
What?
going cow.
We're going cow peeing.
Come on, Cooter. We're going cow tipping. Don't you mean cow tipping? Nah, we going down to Hollywood and we gonna tip over Simon Cowell.
That's bad.
Nah.
I could see that being a Family Guy skit, like a cutaway, just like a little 5-second. I can't do that. This thing's got like static electricity or something, and if I touch any wet parts to it, it tingles.
I need to clean my mic soon. It's got like a lot of dirt on it.
Isn't that what you're doing right now?
No, I mean like I gotta take it off and clean it with a toothbrush. Cause it's got like
I like your pop filters. Like I like your pop filters a lot.
yeah, these are nice. I like that
Where's
they-
yours, Jason? Did you get one?
Yeah, he's got a pop filter though.
Why don't you use it?
He doesn't really need it. He doesn't pop too much.
I personally like that one.
It's the same thing. It just this one conforms to the mic, so it's like
Yeah,
better
but
concealed.
I like that one just like because you can choose the direction. This one,
It-
I don't know.
It's
This
a
one literally
lollipop
has like this. This is like an inch of just not being covered, and it's the part that doesn't even pick up. Like this one conforms to the entire mic, which is beautiful.
Yeah, I like those a lot better.
There's literally an inch between the
But
two.
also appreciate my pun. It's a lollipop filter.
All right, if I wasn't recording, the
All right, I'ma
Discord
head out.
call, I would just leave.
Head out. You done?
Bye, Andrew.
Bye.
This
Yeah,
is no
so
longer a
I'm-
podcast.
I'm
This is a
definitely-
fun cast.
I'm definitely not getting the Quest. Whenever I had the money,
You said what now?
I'm not getting
Oh, the
Quest.
Oculus.
It's really not. But it's a wireless headset. It's mainly wireless. It's not supposed to really go through the PC.
I have no reason to go wireless.
It has the capability to go to PC.
If I'm buying an Oculus, it's not for myself. It's to
No,
record
it's
with.
also the price point too.
Well, it's only $100 more for the other one. I mean, these computers have VR capabilities on them, like the regular VR capability, not the S Quest whatever version. But like, I don't know. The cool thing about the old other ones is you can record through HDMI, which is like super simple. Because like I said, the only reason I would buy anything to do with VR is to film games with, because I don't really like VR, but bugs me.
Well, and I know it's a little irritating to be wired in, but you get a lot more power, a much clearer and more seamless experience that way.
Yeah, but again, like for me, like if I would buy the Quest, it's cool. I like being wireless is awesome. Like especially if I want to play games on the go, but because I do have the purpose of recording it, like I don't want to have to download 20 different things just to stream it and find out that I could record it through my Quest. Stretch
I have
it a
bad
bit.
news for you.
What?
I just remember this. I read online from Oculus that they are actually discontinuing the Rift S in favor of the Quest 2.
I'll just buy one before it goes away.
That's next year.
Okay.
Or buy one off eBay.
Yeah, but still, or
Good
just
luck
save
finding
up
it for a lot more.
Just save up and get a better one. I mean, Valve makes a fantastic one.
You're better off getting the Viber Index.
The Index,
Go
yeah,
ahead,
you're
go
paying,
ahead and pay $1,000.
well, that's what I'm saying is you're paying $1,000, but the Index, holy crap, dude! You can get.
Yeah, it's definitely
Wait, is
worth it.
Oculus no longer the best on the market?
It never
How long have
was,
I
to be
been
honest.
No, they were decent for like quality and price point, but
They were the
Consumer.
the best on the market for consumer quality.
Yeah, Valve is made by
And the-
Steam, and it's like, oh,
yeah, they made their Index headset. Like you have to buy an entire setup. It's not just a headset or controllers.
yeah, it's got cameras
you
that
have
go
to
up in the
buy, like,
corners.
like all four corners around you.
But
It's
it only comes with 2 though.
yeah, but you can buy an extra 2.
It also is the only one that allows you to attach like the leg mods, so you could walk with just moving your legs and stuff.
Indeed,
You
that's
can
what I
wear
want.
You can wear full body stuff, I think, and like
If I'm doing VR, I'm going straight up Ready Player One. Give me a treadmill and a freaking bouncy diaper, and let's go.
Yeah, just hear Ready Player 2 was finally in development, I think.
It was literally the Willy Wonka. It was like the Charlie Factory of video game movies. Now, like it's literally
Why did I not realize until right this moment that you said it that was what they were going to name the sequel?
it is a
That's what
good it's a good name for a sequel.
Like that's just
It's a perfect
beautiful.
That's
Especially they ended the other one with their little romance and the whole team getting together to
I never
to
watched
do-
it.
Yeah.
you
I
call
watched
yourself a
parts of
Steven
it.
Spielberg fan.
That was Steven Spielberg?
Yeah.
I never called myself a fan of him.
Well, I mean, if you're alive, you're a fan of him automatically.
I watch a lot of his movies.
One of
Doesn't
one of the best.
Are you saying that
directors.
everything that breathes is a fan to cool Steven Spielberg's brain?
Yep.
Tracks.
The only thing that's not cool is E.T., but I can't watch that movie. As a kid, they would play the trailers for it, and I'd freak out.
Movies were fine. That other thing we're not talking about.
Oh, the game's fine too.
But he had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, but he created E.T., so he kind of did.
Look, if I made a cake and somebody else put a cyanide capsule in it, that's not my fault.
Who made remember that movie? It was a Disney movie, and it was cats, like a cat that had a collar and it could talk. And it came from space. Like the beginning of it's literally a cat landing in a spaceship, and he had a collar around his neck. He was like an orange tabby with a green collar, and he could talk. An old Disney movie. It's like from the 70s or 80s or 90s.
I don't remember anything like that.
Look up Disney movie with talking cat. From space. Because if you look up Disney movie with talking cat, you're gonna get everything that's ever been made by Disney. Probably the Aristocrats is gonna be the first one it gives you. I think it's like cat from space or cat from another.
I think it's literally the cat from outer space.
Okay.
Hey, did you guys ever watch this movie? It has like a cat from outer space. I can't remember the name.
Did you guys ever watch? It was this Disney movie. It was about this cat from outer space. I can't remember what it's called.
It's a
But it
really
had-
good. It's one of the.
like
It's one of the
cat.
first movies
Yep.
I think I can remember. Like,
Well, it looks like if it's the one that I found, it was made in 1978, and it
so, yeah,
wasn't
70s.
Disney.
Is it an orange tabby?
I don't know. I'm still looking for.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I recommend watching it at some point in your life. It's on Disney Plus, so that's why I probably correlated it with Disney.
Question for both of you.
Okay. You remember what you were going to tell us earlier?
No, I didn't. I swear to you, I didn't say anything.
Yep. Well, you tabbed quickly
Okay.
off.
Disney did make a version of it apparently.
That's the question, right? What's the best, worst movie you've ever seen?
Yep, Cats from Outer Space. That was it. Orange tabby. I can't answer that.
Why not?
When you say, what do you mean by best worst? Like it was not
Like,
as bad as.
What's the worst movie you've ever seen? But
That really wasn't
good.
that bad a movie.
it was good, but it was like the worst thing you've ever seen.
I can't
Well,
answer that.
I
I can answer the other one. That'd be Spider-Man 3.
yeah,
Because it's not the worst movie.
You love that movie.
I love that
But
movie.
It's the
That
worst
movie's
of
down,
that
though.
franchise. And you love it.
Debatable.
Any of
No, it's absolutely terrible.
I still think it was good.
The only two things I remember are the train scene, the fact that it had Venom, and the sand guy.
There's
That's all I remember.
There's
from
one
the
thing
movie.
that will be
There's a
immortalized in my
the
brain
only
forever.
thing I can remember.
There's one thing that's
from that
immortalized in
movie,
my
and
brain.
I know it's the same thing you're thinking of right now. Is Green Goblin going down the alley where we repeated? I think we still have the TikTok video somewhere where we replayed it 10,000
Hobgoblin?
times as James Franco just smashes his head off of that pipe
Yeah, when
after getting clotheslined by Garfield.
it's one of my favorite
Oh, not
scenes.
Garfield, Maguire.
It's great, dude. Hold on.
I wanted to splice it. If I'd had the equipment at the time, I would have spliced it.
Well, TikTok lets you splice stuff now. I don't know how it works, but see if I can make this work. Hold on.
You could also just you have the hard copy of this video. You could just drop it in there.
Look at this dude. He needs some milk. I want to see if I can pause it on that spot again. We went back. If you look at this dude. He needs some milk.
We sat there. So the movie is about 2 hours and 28 minutes long, right?
We spent twice that time to sit
We spent
there
like an hour and a half going back
seconds.
to that point. And it's literally, you could just tap the button on Netflix to go back 10 seconds and it's instantly that
I
scene.
got that timer down so perfect after like the first 10 times that we did it. It would reach that perfect moment and it would go boop, clang,
It's
clang, boop, clang.
we spent hours doing it, and then we started pausing it, and like we paused it like when he was just bashing his head into the wall, and it was great. Like I think that made the movie so much better for me. Like I don't know, people hate
But do you
Spider-Man
know
3,
what
but I
that
think
was?
it's good.
That was me trying to entertain myself with what is one of the worst, if not the worst, Spider-Man movie.
I actually think that it's worse than Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, but that's just my opinion.
I actually haven't watched those.
Good.
I'm glad I didn't.
I don't remember much about the Garfield ones. I don't know that I ever finished them.
I don't like the way they did Lizard, and I don't like the fact that they made it where he was supposed to become Spider-Man. Like his dad put the antidote to the venom or the spider poison in his bloodstream just to make him where if he got bit by the spiders, he'd become a Spider-Man. Like it was like he was destined to be Spider-Man. Like,
well, it wasn't even destiny. Like you look at it through like the X-Men storylines and everything, where he's a metahuman. Well, not a metahuman. That's DC, but a mutant. And like, yeah, he was predisposed to it. It happened the way it happened because of how he was destined to be. But you look at it that way, no, it was human planning. It was human predestination, as if he had any idea or any reason to do any of that. Like, why'd he inoculate his kid? Why was it only his kid?
yeah.
Like, it just makes no sense.
And like I don't know. And recently, and also when they did the Amazing Spider-Man 2, when they had Jamie Foxx. Is Jamie Foxx the dude that played into Django? I think so.
Which dude?
Jamie, the one black dude that was like killing everyone at the end of the movie. Literally, he's on the poster.
I don't know. I never watched Django. I know
always
it's got
wanted
Samuel
to.
L. Jackson and I think DiCaprio in it.
Yeah, it's got DiCaprio. It's one of the scenes I remember. I never watched it, but I know DiCaprio
Sorry, I mean
smashed
Da Vinci.
his. I know he smashed some glass on the table and actually cut his hand, and like
Actually,
he like smeared the glass on someone's face, and like they kept it in the movie. I was like, dude, that is messed up. I like him. Where was his Oscar
so
then? But no, yeah, he was Electro in that, and Electro was just terrible. Like his whole body was just like blue, and I'm like, he's supposed to have a suit that doesn't like it doesn't matter. He doesn't really like do that. Like, what are they doing? It was kind of like when they did Sandman, and they did Sandman like Sandman was good in Spider-Man 3, but when they did Venom incorrectly in Spider-Man 3, it was like that. Like, why? I don't know. I could fight all day about goods and bads in movies, but Amazing Spider-Man, he was the better Spider-Man, whereas Tobey Maguire was the better Peter Parker, and then Tom Holland was the better combination of the two.
The only thing I have to say is Spider-Man 3 could have been a passable movie, except for emo Peter Parker.
I don't mind that too much.
It is the low point of a low movie.
Hey, I remember the song to heart though. Get on up. No, but I didn't even like Spider-Man 2 to me is the worst one out of that franchise.
No, that one's the best
Spider-Man
to
2
me.
I fall asleep in that one every time I watch it. It bores the crap out of me.
That one was my favorite.
It's like Doc Ock was the most boring Doc Ock I've ever seen.
You've been getting on me for my mild cursing dams and craps, and you too. We're supposed to be behaving ourselves.
What happened?
You said crap.
Oh.
Calling you out. I'm being a good brother.
Well,
we got this. We're going to get better together.
But no, Doc Ock was literally the worst rendition of Doc Ock. Like I've seen even Doc Ock as a female in Multiverse was a better Doc Ock.
I didn't mind that Doc Ock.
The character and the guy that played Doc Ock was good. It's just the way he went about Doc Ock. Like Doc Ock, in my opinion, is like he's got the quips and stuff. He's supposed to be almost as funny as Spider-Man, but he's also like he. There's like times in the comics where he took over Spider-Man's body and literally killed his own body and went on as Spider-Man, like and kept Peter Parker stuck inside the brain though. Still, eventually Peter Parker fought back, but it's like Doc Ock was crazy back in the day. I forgot who they said was playing Kraven the Hunter too recently. They said someone was going to play Kraven.
God powerful too.
Yeah.
Like that kind of capability where he could use the technology he'd created to meld himself into somebody else's brain.
Yeah.
And that's one of the places where a lot of comic book movies have really, really fallen short. Is they try to get too close to reality. Like they try to get believability, which you kind of can now with a lot of the crazy things that are going on. I mean, like we have brain chips that you can now control prosthetic arms with. Like
Yeah,
that is a legitimate technological advancement that we have right now. And I'm not talking just that you can do this or this. I'm talking full dexterous motion.
It's like what they showed in the game Spider-Man.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah,
2018.
but more so even. Like, well, no, you're talking about the final one where it had all the faux muscle structure and everything. But yeah, very similar to that. Like, we have those actual things, so you can get a little closer to reality. But part of the point of these stories and these comic books is to absolutely suspend that disbelief and take you to possibilities and potential realities that you can't just look out the window and see some part of.
Yeah.
And they don't do that anymore.
Yeah. I think like Endgame kind of, or sorry, the whole Infinity franchise. So up until Endgame is right now.
The
It's
whole,
well, I wouldn't say the whole MCU because like nowadays, like they're going into a whole different direction with it after Endgame. But like Endgame had the I guess because of what it was based around, which was Iron Man, it just felt real. Like it felt like you could go outside and see like Iron Man, which is what the older movies did too. Like Spider-Man, dude. If I saw Tobey Maguire, I'd call him Peter Parker. If I saw him like in person, like to me, like they were really good renditions. But now, like
if
I don't
they
know.
strung Tobey Maguire to a grappling setup and swung him down a building in New York, everybody would be like, "Hey, it's Spider-Man!" Like, without a doubt.
The only scene from Spider-Man 2 that is probably my favorite, which I know everyone probably already expects it, is the train scene. When he's trying to stop the train and they pull him back through.
That was a good scene.
And the kids give him the mask and go, "We don't worry, mister, we ain't gonna tell nobody." And everyone's like, "He's just a kid. He's just as old as my son." And I'm like, that right there, I'm like, that was a good scene.
He's a hero.
Yeah. Like they're like, and that was the big thing. And I think in Spider-Man 3, Stan Lee came back and was like, some people really can make a difference. And I'm like, yeah.
No refunds.
Man, why do I still know? I used to, so I don't know if I could do it anymore, but I could sit through Spider-Man 1, and I think my ex hated me for this because we would watch Spider-Man 1, and I would literally just sit there and just have my mouth moving the whole time because I know the script by heart. Like I know every single word by heart, and every single second they're gonna say something. Even like the ouch noises, I know how to do because I watched it so many times as a kid. I was the kid that if I watched one X-Men movie or one Spider-Man movie, I was gonna have a week where I watched every single Marvel movie I owned in order of release. So
you have Disney Plus for that.
that was before the MCU. That was right when I think Incredible Hulk and Iron Man came out. So like at that point, there was only 2 movies in the whole franchise for the MCU franchise. So like I really just had all the X-Men movies to go by and all the Spider-Man movies and the Fantastic Four. Still a lot, but
Speaking of X-Men, I gotta watch New Mutants. I'm not really an X-Men fan, but I mean that movie did look pretty decent. It comes out to Blu-ray next month, so I
New
might get it.
Mutants is very different. I haven't seen it yet, and I really wanted to see it. It was supposed to come out in 2017. It's been one of the longest delayed movies in like a while.
Well, turns out Black Widow might be joining that.
Yeah, but Black Widow is finished. They went back and redid the whole movie recently. Like it took them 2 years to refilm everything. They've kept a couple of the shots they had, but they refilmed the whole movie. It's the first horror Marvel movie though. I know.
Well, there's
Ruler.
no other way to do it with her story.
Oh, sorry, Hellstrom came out this last week as well. I gotta watch that. That's on Hulu. It's they're starting to do. It's leading into the next Doctor Strange movie, but it's trying to get Ghost Rider and all these different characters. It's basically the Lucifer of Marvel.
When are they gonna do anything with Black Adam? They did the big teaser for him. They did the crazy gold lady in her little creation, and he never showed up anywhere.
Well, that wasn't Black Adam. That was Adam Warlock.
Or yeah.
Yeah, Black Adam's
What?
the Inhuman's king. The guy that if he speaks one word, he could literally destroy half the planet. He's a king of all the Inhumans. They did something with him though too. They did a really bad Inhumans TV show.
Funny story. I'm not sure. I think it's someone in my family. I'm not sure if like they're a cousin or uncle or someone. But they're like an actor, and they actually have a part in Black Adam. It's a more important role, so I might watch
Somebody
the
I'm
movie
kind
just
of
because of it.
related to somewhere is doing a thing.
No, like he's. I think he might be actually one of my dad's brothers. So probably my uncle. I don't know, but he has
If
Pilcher.
he's one of your dad's brothers, he's not probably your uncle.
He is
He is your uncle.
Hey, all I could say is this: is if he ever comes to town and he actually is what you say he is, tell me. Oh wait, sorry, I'll come
Well,
up to town for you.
I remember him before they had even teased Black Adam. Obviously they announced it.
Oh, you're
but-
talking about the DC Black Adam.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he's a part of the graphic novel thing they're doing. Because
Might be.
that whole Black Adam thing is not an actual movie or TV show. It's a graphic novel that's been renditioned.
It's a movie.
No, it's a movie, but it's a graphic novel art style. It's done by Boss Logic, who's the guy I've been following forever. He's been doing all the Endgame posters and stuff like that. But he does a lot of fun stuff on Instagram and Twitter. But now he's actually like super big.
Well, then he might be a voice actor because I don't think he works with anything graphical like that.
Well, like with The Rock, they actually took him and drew the Black Adam suit onto his body and stuff like that. Like they're taking the actual scenes, taking pictures of the
Forgot
scenes.
they were using him.
Yeah, he's a good Black Adam though. He looks like Black Adam from the comics. So he's the first one I could say I probably would like to see as a villain, like because he looks like an actual villain from a comic. Unlike Samuel L. Jackson, who didn't look anything like Nick Fury from the comics until they were like, yo, wait a second. Let's draw Nick Fury like Samuel L. Jackson. But no, Adam Warlock, I do agree with you because like I was pissed off. Endgame, like literally the comic that Adam Warlock was created in was in the Infinity Wars saga.
Well, and he was part of what destroyed Thanos' hold on everybody, wasn't it?
He was taken within the Soul Stone, and he was the only one that was able to just go between the stones. So he like took apart the stones from within and took apart Thanos.
Maybe that's part of what they're doing. Maybe their whole plan with him to begin with was to use him post Infinity War, or post Endgame, I should say, post Infinity Saga, and do some story about where he was when the whole stone thing happened.
Well, I know we have another Guardians of the Galaxy 3 coming out soon with Thor in it.
Of course.
So I'm wondering if they're going to do a continuation
Does he
of that.
stay dad bod Thor?
No one knows anything about that yet.
Although I guess that's not even really dad bod Thor. That's just
Beer belly. I mean, even Thor: Love and Thunder, like there's no, other than the fact that we know Natalie Portman's gonna be Thor, we don't know anything about it.
what?
Yeah, Natalie Portman gets the powers of Thor and basically becomes a female version of him. That's the whole comic story.
Sweet.
Yeah, get to see her have the high ground for once.
Yeah.
And not just when Anakin lifted her by the neck.
Well, I mean, they'll never give it to Hayden Christensen, but I'm sure they'll give it to everybody else.
He's supposed to come back for a show on Disney Plus at some point. They said that they were going to do a Darth Vader story or do more of Anakin
That'd
story.
be cool.
I don't think they should do Darth Vader.
I think they should do
Well, they
Anakin.
sure shouldn't do any more Darth Maul. Vader deserves a lot more than Darth Maul has gotten this whole freaking
There's
time.
so much comics for Darth Vader that they haven't touched. There's so much for Luke they haven't touched. Like if they
and
went the whole
Boba and
yeah.
Well, they
Well,
can't
they were
touch,
supposed to
they
make a
can't touch
movie.
anything they had for Luke now
They were
because
supposed to
Disney
make a
doesn't
movie
give a
for Boba, but
anything
they
about what
canceled.
exists. I don't get Mara Jade ever. Luke's dead. He never had any kids. For some reason, freaking Han Solo decided to name his son after a dude he knew for 10 seconds.
So Boba Fett movie was supposed to come out
Angry
this year.
Jewish comedian
Hey, I'm just excited for the Kenobi show.
Bruce Black. I feel like I just became Lewis Black.
A little bit. If they come out with a Kenobi show, dude, I'm excited for that. Ewan McGregor coming
Well,
back. Oof.
I think he came out on
I'm
Twitter or something
Yep.
saying like they finally have a set filming date for
Yeah,
next year.
he confirmed it a
March.
while ago too. This year, he confirmed it at a panel. I think he did at a con or something else. He was like, "Yeah," he goes, "You guys keep asking. I just wanted to let you know. Like, I signed the contract with Disney. Like, I'm doing a Kenobi show on Disney Plus.
I'm down for some.
And it's supposed to be like I'm sure it's when he drops Luke off, at his aunt and uncle's, and him trying to protect them.
Midlife Kenobi.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they did like the whole scene of him killing Darth Maul though too. Like all they have to do is make him look older, and that's easy to do. Sadly though, they probably could get Sir whatever his name was to come back, but he's dead. But they could do a CGI model of him.
No, when?
But he died years ago.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, he was still. You're talking about the dude that did Maul.
No, not Maul. Kenobi.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about for the fight scene. Yeah, I don't think he made it to the final premiere, or he not far after.
He died. He died in 2000.
Oh, okay, so he did make it quite a bit after.
Well, he was born in 1914, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was around for a while.
Well, 80-something years.
84.
All right, Mr. Mathman. Yeah.
Or no, it's 86.
Hey, it's okay. I
You
still
said,
don't
you said
understand
1914, right?
Yeah.
It's 86.
I still don't understand how you saw a book that said die 6 times and said that, oh, he's 6 years old. Literally, I edited that today too, and I looked at you and looked at the book and go, how'd you get that? You're like,
You were so confused.
because you said it with such confidence. I was like, how'd you do that?
I think Jason's crying.
He died over 20 years ago, Jason.
No,
Fine.
I just
86 years ago.
No, 20. Right?
No, he died 86 years ago.
2020, right?
I hate my brain. Because you called him Math Man. And literally, within a microsecond, my brain created an image of Mothman wearing like a cheesy superhero outfit with math symbols on the chest.
Wow.
I hate
I'm not wearing that for Halloween.
Better. I'll make it for you.
It's Math Man.
This is better than the other kind of M word.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Isn't there a mathematical term that is something like LAMP? That is something comparable to lamp?
What?
Hold on. I
Dude.
think it's like
Dude.
a
Can you
term.
spell lamp in numbers?
Dude. I can probably with my error codes. Dude. Mandalorian season 2 starts in like a week.
11 days.
Excited.
Dead air?
I'm excited. What's the excitement building up, dude? It's not dead air, it's excitement.
I would have been more excited if it had Teen Yoda.
No, I want baby still.
Are you coming out of town with me or not?
Huh?
Are you coming out of town with me or not?
No. Definitely not. I is broke. Also, I owes lots of money.
I do too now.
Look, dude, it's a week. All
Yeah.
you need is like less than $100 to feed yourself for the week.
Yeah, but I'm probably not going. As much as I want to, I'm not. Because, yeah.
So, anyways, I think we're done.
Anything?
No one's talking. You both are on your phone.
No, my phone. I'm writing on my
found what I
desk.
was looking for. I found what I was looking for, and it's not actually mathematical abbreviation or anything. It's I guess it's kind of an area of study for physics. It's logic, mathematics, and physics, LMP. And so that just like that's math man's obsession.
LMP.
Lamp.
Well, anyways, guys, thanks for coming to our podcast.
No, we'll call it a TED Talk.
We're gonna go test out Andrew's VR.
Fred talk because he died off of YouTube a long time ago, and we can use his name fine. It's okay. Rest in peace, Fred.
We're gonna
It's
test out Andrew's VR, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
My ears fell off.